New efforts are underway across the state to address delayed justice for both victims of crimes and defendants. WRTV's investigation, Justice Delayed, uncovered that no state or local agency is tracking how long criminal cases take to resolve. That may soon change. WRTV Investigates Kenney joins us with how her investigation is prompting results. Our investigation revealed the reasons why justice can be delayed. Everything from COVID-19 to defense strategy, court and attorney caseloads, as well as the amount of witnesses and evidence. We took our findings to state leaders to find out what they plan to do about delayed justice.
Every day is a waiting game for Robin Matthews. Since 2016, she's been waiting for the man she's accused of rape to go to trial in Marion County.
After dealing with this for the past 6 years, I can understand fully why people don't come forward. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. And those that have charges against them, have a right to a speedy trial, but I think victims should too.
Our investigation, Justice Delayed, revealed no state or local agency is tracking how long criminal cases last in Indiana, and no one could tell us what the average is. Robin says that needs to change.
Maybe more accountability, you can see where there are gaps, it definitely needs to happen. We need to be tracking this.
Hancock County Prosecutor Brent Eaton agrees wholeheartedly.
Anything you measure, you're going to become better at.
Eaton is looking at creating a database for Hancock County using software designed by a nonprofit organization called Measures for Justice.
This is an example of a dashboard which tracks data.
It could track how quickly cases move through the system, as well as other things.
What percentage of the referrals from law enforcement for criminal charges are actually charged? I think that'd be something that would be really interesting to know.
Eaton is working on getting cost estimates to start up and maintain such a program.
This is only for your county, though.
Yes, that's as far as I'm able to go.
Which begs the question, if Hancock County can do this, why can't other counties, or better yet, the state of Indiana? We brought our findings to State Senator Aaron Freeman.
I have formally asked the Indiana Prosecuting Attorneys Council, IPAC as they're known, report back to me in terms of what it would cost to add a data field.
Freeman is a former Marion County prosecutor and is concerned about criminal cases taking 6 years.
It's just blatantly unfair to victims here to make them wait that long.
Currently, a state website does offer some trial court statistics by county, like whether it was resolved by a jury or bench trial. Freeman says the state should also track how long victims and defendants wait for justice.
If you have data, I think then you can start looking for those outliers or those situations where, okay, maybe we need to do better in this. And if we can, make it very easy for people to know, then I think that's something we should look into. And I'll be happy to do that.
We reached out to the Indiana Prosecuting Attorneys Council, which told us we have received Senator Freeman's request and are in the process of reviewing it. We look forward to working with the senator and the rest of the legislature on this project, if and when it moves forward in the legislative process. We also asked the Indiana Office of Judicial Administration whether they have any plans to start tracking how long cases last throughout the state. The agency tells us individual judges have access to their case information and can calculate how long it's taking. It is Chief Justice Rush's expectation that judges are actively engaged in managing their dockets to ensure cases result in a timely and fair adjudication. Judges are not allowed to speak about pending cases. The judge in Robin Matthews' case, Grant Hawkins, is retiring in September, something Robin worries could delay her case even more.
Who's above the judge? What can we do about this? I don't know if there is anything I can do.
Do you feel powerless?
Yes. Of course, coming to you has helped with that a little bit. I hope it helps.
Robin is actually one of 3 women who are waiting for the same alleged rapist to go to trial. The case is scheduled to go to trial in July, but it's not yet clear which alleged victims will be part of that trial. You can hear their story by watching our full investigation, Justice Delayed, in this story on the WRTV app and WRTV.com. Working for you, Kenney, WRTV.